After you install the ASM instance, we will connect to the ASM instance. So what we do for that is we fire the command export space oracle underscore sid and give the instance name. Here it is plus ASM. So that's the instance name. Then I say SQL plus sys and the password and connect as sysdba. Note, in an ASM instance, I can connect either as a sysdba or either as a sysoper user. So if I need to connect to an ASM instance, either I have to connect as a sysdba user or a sysoper user. Now once when I connect in, to start the database, I give a command like startup p file whichever is a parameter file, and I start the database. Now one thing to note is this ASM catch, which it indicates this is an ASM related instance, and we see the ASM disk group is mounted. So there is no open in this sort of instances. In an ASM instance, there are no dictionary tables, and even if we say commands like alter database open, yeah, that won't work because at the most the disk groups can be mounted. And now here is where you will fire commands for managing the disk groups. So let's first see the contents of an existing init.in ora, that is a parameter file. So the parameter file contains words like parameters like ASM power underscore limit equal to 5. Now this parameter affects the rebalance operation. So what the maximum value I could set is 11. So if I set it to 11, it is the highest rebalance, highest CPU power would be consumed for the rebalance operation. So that would be given the most priority. For example, if you are running an application and you don't want the user to get affected, you would set the ASM power limit to say 1. That is the lowest rebalancing power limit. Here we have given DB unique name as plus ASM, which is our existing instance name. There is no mention for control files, nothing, because in an ASM instance you don't require control files. It doesn't contain any dictionary information. And here I have mentioned the instance type is ASM. Instance type can be ASM. If it is an ASM instance, then the instance type has to be ASM. And the other important parameter is ASM disk string, which indicates which are the locations the ASM instance has to check for disk groups, various disks, various hard disks. And here using this parameter ASM underscore disk group, the various disk groups are mentioned here. So after seeing this, you start your database, you start your instance, ASM instance, and it is in a mounted state. It can't be in an open state. Now the question is, what can you do here? You can here what you will do is you will do the normal ASM instance related activity. The instance activities are like startup and shutdown of an ASM instance. So if I do a shutdown of an ASM instance, these disk groups would be dismounted, and so naturally the other databases won't be able to connect to the ASM instance, and therefore they won't be able to connect to the database. The databases won't start. So using this, if I give a command like shutdown, then this disk groups will be mounted. The other database connection would also be aborted if I give a command like shutdown abort. Additionally, I can fire commands like for mounting and dismounting disk groups, or making a disk group online and offline. Additionally, I can give here commands to rebalance, to do rebalancing of a disk group. For example, I have added a disk and I want a rebalance to occur. Additionally, if I want to query on tables like $ASM dynamic tables, I can do on an ASM instance like this, in this place, in this location. So now you understood what are the activities you can do in an ASM instance. We can also fire commands like alter system enable restrict command session. Now by firing this command here, what would happen is the remaining databases can't connect to the ASM instance. This you could do, for example, you don't want other databases to connect to the ASM instance, you fire this command. And suppose you are doing some rebalance activity and you don't want any other databases to be connected to the ASM instance. So then you fire this command like alter system enable restricted session.